get it.
That's the issue. So you're allowing them
Oh
to play.
shit.
You see what I'm saying? Because look, there's nothing wrong with what you did as far as you were flirting. That's cool, and which is what you should do. But what happens is her response to you needs to always be to something specific.
See, I could respond like this. This could be a long live stream based on what he say. Cause like, if you ain't specific with a woman, say when you meet her, and you not telling her straight up of what you want, but you get her number and you try to tell her like, hey, this is what I want to do. It could be a chance of things fumbling, things going not correct, because you didn't find out her real intentions because you weren't being specific. But when you're being specific, you will find out her real intentions as soon as possible. That's what I love about specific and directness, because it's like, man, I could have wasted my time by getting her number and then texting her, and instead I would have just figured that out from when you saw her from the get-go or on the dating app.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So you were just like talking shit, but you never necessarily, which is why you know, what happened is that you told her the date after you got the number and then added in the whole fucking thing. So basically, right. So basically, this was the first time she understood that she has to respond to fucking, when you could have did that.
Yep, when you could have did it from the get-go.
When you first talked to her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something I got to work on, but that helped clear it up for me. That's all I have for today, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Always. All
right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right, peace. All right, so guys, call the number 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901 is the number. Now, let's get back into this thing about trying to get a woman to deal with your emotions, right? Now, what you have to understand about your emotions and you being emotional is every emotion you have, or every time you're emotional, it's always tied to some belief you have. All right, I'm gonna say that again.
Yep.
Every time you're emotional or you're in your emotions and your feelings, it's always tied to a belief that you have.
So when you believe something, so because I know he's gonna break it down, and like I said, I went through this, and I just honestly, I don't feel like going through every single part again. So I'm gonna break it down. When he just say that when you have emotions tied to your beliefs, like say you believe that, like he stated, when someone dies, on somebody you don't know dies, you don't care. Somebody that you do know dies, like you're somebody close to, you end up being very hurt over it, and you feel so sad because you're connected to them in a way of attachment. And it's not the fact that they died, it's the fact that you believe your belief is attached, that you feel like, you know, when people die you have to feel sad. But that's because movies showed us people you've seen die, I mean, around you that mourn and etc. They are programmed to be like that. But that's not how you have to be when people die. If anything, be happy, be joyful. You don't have to be like, yes, I'm so glad they died. No, you just be like, you know what? Thank you, Lord. This is what it was meant to be. And you know, death is a beautiful thing, and I hope that they are in a beautiful place, and hopefully they didn't go to hell.
Every time you're emotional, every time you're, you know, in your emotions and all that, it's always tied to a belief.
Okay, let's skip. Because like I said, I went through this, and I don't like to go through it again too many times. So let's go.
You do this shit and you're wondering why she's looking at you funny. She's looking at you funny because y'all not the same. Y'all not equal. You understand? You are the leader.
Yep. So
right?
you cannot be emotional.
Ignore your emotions. It's understanding that your emotions are tied to belief. That's one. And two, if you're going to have those emotions and feel a certain type of way, you do not need to cry to your woman.
Yep. See, it's really important to keep check in front of your woman. This is your woman. You the leader of her. You got to show her, I got this shit. Even if you don't got this shit. But you know God got this shit. And this is why I understand why Lucario states this, because it's like, if you ain't real with yourself and you don't figure this belief out, it's going to interrupt so many of your relationships. Excuse me. Being attached to people And this is why I allow myself to just say, you know what? It was cool for the moment. It was beautiful. But it's more beautiful things and more beautiful people that I need to connect with. That need to get my presence. That need to see me. And if those people come around that I, connected with, cool. And I would love for us to all, stay within each other's life for a while, but I can only do so much. And I'm not gonna allow myself to be attached and hurt. So say if they die, but by the grace of God, hopefully they don't. God forbid, but it's like, look, that's a part of their life. And it's like, I can't be mad. I have to be joyful that I'm here, that I have a purpose, that I have my working limbs, that I have a working voice, that I have a working body to do what somebody can't do. Now I got the opportunity to do that with people that wish they could do what I could do, and they would go hard in the paint if they could run right now. They would go hard in the paint if they could stand up and speak with a loud bass tone voice. They would go hard. So it's up to me. Now let's get to this, because I could get a little off topic. That's what I do. I mean, it's me. Let's go.
But see, the key thing is that if you're able to drop the beliefs that get you emotional, then what will happen is that you will be less emotional and more happy because you would pick up a different belief.
Man, when you are different beliefs, that's why you believe in the Lord and His principles and His laws and His scriptures are promises. And when you pick up a promise and you believe it, you shall receive it. Those that only please the Lord only walk by faith and not by sight. Faith is a substance, underneath, stance, foundation, substance of things, hope, expect for, and the things that are not seen. Belief.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's everything.
So that's the key right there. And see, the thing is that a lot of times what happens is, right, and you gotta understand this, a lot of times what happens is when you're emotional, you want that woman to give you a hug and a pat on the back and all this other stuff.
Yep.
It's because you want to sort of stay in that emotional state. You want the pat on the back because you want that comfort. You want that comfort because you're feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling uncomfortable because you're emotional. You're emotional because you have a certain belief that makes you feel that way. You understand what I'm saying? That's basically where it's coming from.
Yep.
So now you're ruining your relationship because of a belief you have instead of being a leader in the relationship.
Wow. See, don't ruin your relationship based on the belief you have. Do never allow yourself to ruin your relationship based off a belief. Drop that belief like a bad habit, like a hot skillet, and I'm serious. Like, don't allow that, because you could have a great relationship, but allowing this belief, this could truly change how your woman views you. So even as me, myself, as I'm, associating and linking up with other women, and it's like I gotta stay in my mindset where I know that I'm the leader, and whatever I'm going through, you don't show as a leader. That's big. That's one of the biggest skills ever. And it's not acting, it's being.
Instead of just being the boss and making sure the company runs, you want to cry to your employees. What the fuck are you doing? Again, like I
Yep,
said,
that's
you can
true.
tell a woman, hey, listen, this
That
thing
is so
happened.
true.
I don't like that this happened. Let's fix this and do this. Right? So I'm not telling you to sit there and just let shit happen and be cool with it. Right? What I'm saying though is you don't have to be emotional about it. And a lot of times the emotional aspect of it happens and comes from that belief that you are holding on to.
yeah, like just come at her like, you know what, I really didn't appreciate how when you talk to me like that, it just really didn't. That's not cool. We're not gonna do that. Or I really didn't appreciate how maybe it was an incident with a male and her, and he was like, you know what, I appreciate you to handle it like this, instead of coming at her like, well, why nigga, you know, I mean, not nigga, but why the hell you did, why you coming at, or like you doing this and that, are you cheating, like what is wrong with you, like why, blah, 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 blah. Like was you doing all that, that's gonna have you done. I'm telling you, she ain't gonna fuck with you, cause she like, this nigga is acting like a bitch. You don't think she's saying that? But I just kind of want to go over this, what Lucario was stating. And I'm going to come back on live, or I'm really not live, and do some more because I kind of wasted a little bit of energy. I need to recuperate. And I'll talk to y'all later.